That was true Baba doing what he knows how to do best. So if love is a crime, I want to be haunted. He is saying that I don't want to be haunted though. And then we have a dietitian in the house, okay, and she wants to talk to us about festive eating on a budget. Okay, please join me as I welcome Rosevaline Uzoma Obia. You're waiting for me to to get the name right.
A lot of people, that's why sometimes when people ask me what is your name, I say just drop it as Rose or Rosie because there's Zavaline, Valine. So you don't separate the two names.
Oh, so it's Rose Valine.
Yes, Rose Valine. Rose
okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, we're talking about festive eating on a budget. So what are we talking about here?
Okay, we are in the season already. It's the festivity, a lot of things to be grateful for. Most importantly, for the season of Christ, the birth of Christ. And of course, it's a time for a lot of people to want to go beyond their budget.
Their budget.
Sometimes it's for the sake of impressing others. Yes, so that you will not be seen as the last one standing. When you know forehand.
No, I like that.
When you know forehand. Other times, it's just because you want to do something. Let me use the copycat syndrome. What you see others do, you want to do. The truthful thing is that eating, in this festivity on budget is about being mindful of what we consume. The current trend will say is intentional, right? Because if you are not intentional of what you feed your mind with, that's the first step. Because we're dealing on mental health now. The brain passes little or no signal to the entire body. And you see that you begin to break down. And it's at the course of the breakdown that complications arise, health complications arise. So eating within your budget is eating what you are familiar with, not eating something that is new to your home. But if you must introduce something new to your home, then let that thing that is new to your home be based on recommendation. Now, I give an instance. I'm in my home and we are used to eating rice. And you go to the market and you find out that a cup of rice now is tilting towards how much? 500 or so. And you're not even talking about mudu or so. This is not the exact amount. I'm just assuming that I'm giving it a price. Now, and you cannot afford rice. There are other alternatives to rice. The thing is, know what is that falls under that particular food group. We have the hungry rice, which is the acha. You can also go for your cocoyam. These are all carbohydrate foods. Sweet potato, Irish, even our dawa. Make something out of your select food choice. If you say you want to make acha, you can make acha porridge, you can make acha and stew, you can make acha with oil in jollof form. So, and that gives you it's very rich in fiber. It has higher amount of fiber to the rice because what people are tilting towards is, I don't want to eat the white rice, is the polished rice. The English is becoming too much. But whether you're eating polished rice or eating makeover rice, rice is rice. The difference is that these rice, they undergo process. And the difference now is they have milled this particular rice you call polished rice. And in milling it, what you just did is to remove, the outer layer, which has another nutrient it contains. You've removed the bran. So by the time you remove all those things now, it's no longer the brown rice, Okay. So the brown rice is the original that come in this form.
Okay.
Cooking it the way it is. The only thing you just did is just wash and the hull.
Okay.
And so if it's your rice you have, eat your rice. If you have your rice, what amount of rice are you consuming? And what are you consuming it with? If you do not have meat, thank God we have our crayfish, thank God we have our periwinkle, thank God. There are so many amazing things. Mushroom, name them.
So how can we enjoy the festive meals without compromising on nutrition?
Yes, the best way to enjoy it is understand the reason you're eating your food. Understand what adequate nutrition is. Once upon a time, we used to refer to them as balanced diet. Oh, balanced diet is 6 classes of food, carbohydrate, fat, and protein, and oil. Then I said, balance and eat it, so that's a balanced diet. But we realized
balance and eat it,
that's a balanced diet. But we realized that balanced diet wasn't giving people enough of what they wanted. And that was where the adequate came in. Are they getting enough of what they're consuming? Like if I should classify my carbohydrate, fat, and protein, what am I to get from this class of food? That's the macronutrient. They are giving me the energy I require. So in other words, if I say I'm not eating rice, I'm eating beans, I'm still getting enough energy. If I say I'm not eating beans, I'm tilting towards maybe avocado for fat, I am still getting enough energy. That is for what I want. Then if I say, okay, I don't want to take carbohydrate foods now, I'm going towards um, this pawpaw, oranges, vegetables. These are minerals, vitamins, and they are smaller in amount. But then these ones will help me fight my immune system. So are they enough? Do they give what the body requires? Because at the end of the day, what the body is looking out for is not what you're consuming, what you're taking in, but what is expending and what is being stored. Because once the person goes to sleep, processes are undergoing itself. Regulation has to take place because the body will also require energy to pump blood while you're sleeping. Because when it's not able to pump sufficient blood, that is why you see the person gasping for air. English will say breathlessness. There's seizure. You're fighting within yourself. Sometimes they end up being choked. Tomorrow they say the person slept, and sometimes some of these things are just little things that can be curtailed. As much as we don't erase the fact that some spiritual can come to play and some medical conditions can come to play, but we can avoid them in what we consume as well. So when we consume, understand what you take in, what your body needs to store itself with, and what you're utilizing. Because when the metabolism of the body requires you to work more. When you work more, at that point, the body is breaking itself down. How do you restore back? You're not excluding water as well. It's food.
Yeah. Let's go on a break, and when we come back, the program continues. We want to take quotes on eating healthy. Let's see them. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes. One of the quotes that I like most, there is one that says, eat food as medicine now, because a time will come you begin to eat medicine for food. Indirectly saying, if you don't eat well now, take care of your body now, a time will come at old age that you begin to swallow medicine as if they are food.
Yes, and you know one thing about the medicine is that the medicine is like the support for the food that you refuse
to eat.
Now, the truth is, I used to think, once upon a time, I used to think there are three important things to man: the air you breathe, the next is the food. But I realized that even the air you breathe, it requires food. Because the process of exhaling and inhaling, they will also need nutrients that will help support that respiratory tract to work. So in other words, even if the blood also needs nutrients in them to also pass blood and produce good blood, deoxygenated and oxygenated. But the truth here is, if you do not consume right, that drugs you are trying to get support from are made from food materials. Zinc supplement, calcium supplement, name the supplements that you talk about. But drugs are faster. Nobody is exempting the importance and the potency of drugs. They are very important. But we want to tell people that in order to avoid being irregular to that prescription, you can as well tilt towards understanding what you are not doing right when it comes to your nutrition. Because at the end of the day, the body is like a machine. Once the person begins to take drugs, it gets used to the drug. And that's why some people cannot, if you see their table,
they cannot do without some drugs.
Because their body has been channeled towards those drugs. And what you now pose a threat to is the effect of those drugs over time.
As a dietitian now, from your own point of view, what do you think are the budget-friendly, balanced diets that one can just go for?
Our native soups are budget-friendly. How are they budget-friendly? We have soups that are affordable. You have your ugu. You have your, they want to call it English name. I want to exempt English name. I'm African.
I'm in Nigeria.
I'm an African and I'm in Nigeria now, so I'll go native. So we have jero, we have kubewa, we have okra, we have obono, we have olubu. That's the
Bitter
because
leaf.
the bitter leaf now. Let me tell you one thing about the bitter. I don't do not like that bitter leaf soup. Not because it is bitter. You know, the aspect of trying to squeeze out
All the nutrients.
is what people do not want.
Yes.
Because it's not funny.
Yeah.
You find out that it takes your time.
Mm.
So what they now do is they want to go to the market to purchase the already processed
one.
and in other words, those ones can always do whatever they want and give it to you. So our soups are friendly. It's not like they are out of being budget friendly. But then what makes up your soup, the ingredients in your soup is what matters.
Okay.
Some people want their soup to be like fish pond. All the whole fishes are in the soup, right? Some will want them to be like zoo.
Zoo where all the animals are.
Good. All the animals are living in the food. So you can curtail on your meat options.
Oh my God.
And choose to go for 2 options out of the 4. And understand why you are doing that. If you are going for your goat's meat and your chicken, what's this thing? Are you grilling? Even if you insist on frying, let it not be a regular habit.
Okay.
That's for the soup.
Okay.
Our beans are there. Our cocoyam is there. In fact, abacha. My God. You know, yesterday I was hungry and I said, what do I eat? I said, no, I do not want to become a vegetarian today because I'm not even one.
Okay.
So let me just leave garden egg and granuts, you know, let me keep it aside.
Okay.
Something came into my head. You are a local girl. You want this English.
English and go for the local food.
Go. What do you have? I remembered the commonest Nigerian meal we like from boarding school to this age. Oto, that's the gari. That's what we call it in boarding school. Okay. I took my gari, sharp sharp, my water, and my kulikuli. Okay. That made a meal for me. And the kulikuli was just 4 pieces, the small, you know, that was flat baked. You know, they have those ones that they bake in stick form. It depends on how you want to bring them. So, and I took it. I couldn't crunch more than the 4. Okay. My niece was there. She was like, Ada, remain for me. I said, yeah, take. Okay. But I ensured I had my milk there. Okay. Without sugar. Okay. And he made a meal for me that night. Because for my gari, there's going to be fiber. You know, the fear of the gari is we do not know how they ferment them. That's what people are always afraid of. Yes. Like I know that's what we miss in my home since our grandmother passed. So it's difficult to get, but then we can always do it on our own. Okay. So which we do. So the gari, I took it, took my milk, took my pudi. And that was beautiful. Heaven took me off. I would have just I would just move the kulikuli and add granite. Yes, whatever. Even if it's your granite, because as it is now, you can't stop a medicine man from doing that. That is a medicine man's favorite food. And you come and tell the medicine man is not eating healthy. Are you?
Okay, now as we are going into already the festive season, so what advice? We're talking about festive eating based on budget. What advice will you give to someone?
Yes, the first advice to give is try to make food your investment. You know, when you want to invest it in, you're investing it in for the sake of future. So, and remembering that nutrition begins from the fetus, in fact, that's where nutrition begins. So that means the mother is feeding the baby down to when she delivers and to the old age. Try to feed your future right. Wow. Understanding that whatever you do with your food either makes or mar you. And remember that you may not be able to monitor completely your nutrition. That is because it got to a point where you lost control of it. Let's also curtail that aspect of our life. We are becoming too busy. Okay. Maybe because of what we are in today. And it's not going to stop you from knowing that your body, I keep telling people, speaks to you. Okay. When you have headache, it's not for you to go and take it all the time. You can use your water. It is the period. Go with your water. I had to consume water. Ensure that something is in your stomach. You're not feeding to be full, but you're feeding to be healthy right, and ensure that the body at least has something to feast on. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much. You heard it. You're not feeding to
be full, but you're feeding to be healthy, to ensure that something, remember that there's nothing there, the worms will come and eat.
I'm telling you, they'll feast on it.
Thank you so much.
My
Yes,
pleasure.
please make sure that you eat what you can afford. Don't stress yourself this festive. She has told you we have a lot of local foods that are budget friendly, so you can just go for them. And please don't be a copycat. She said don't be a copycat. Don't do what is beyond your budget. Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, let's take this musical by Queen Enzi, and when we come back, Good Morning Abuja continue. Stay tuned. Well, that was Odimiri by Queen Enzi, and guess what? She is right here in the studio. Please join me as I welcome Enehizehi Mariam Usman. Okay, she is a musician and also a filmmaker. So please join me as I welcome her. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
We just saw your beautiful face in that musical. What's the meaning of that song?
Odimiri,
Yes.
it simply means God,
Okay.
the greatest.
Oh, so what's the message behind it?
The message is all about prayers.
Wow.
I
wow.
pray to God Almighty to bless us,
Okay.
make me among those that will be celebrated.
Wow.
Even though I've been celebrating others, I should also be
Be
celebrated.
celebrated. Wow.
That's just the message.
That's a good one. That's a beautiful one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we know you are into music and also into film. Now, how do you get your inspiration, or where do you get your inspiration for when you want to write a new song? Where? Those
Most
inspiration?
time it actually come natural, sometime at your best moment,
Okay.
most time at my best moment,
Okay.
something will just speak to me.
Mm.
Yeah, a message can just come to my head, even though not everything, but
Okay.
an idea will just
Drop.
yes.
Oh.
And from there I have to start cooking it, developing it until it becomes something meaningful.
Wow. A lot of musicians, when you ask them, when did you start? Some will tell you, okay, I've been singing right from my mother's womb. I've been singing right from when I joined the choir in church. So, which one is yours?
Okay.
When did you start from your mother's womb? Or?
Not from my mother's womb, but then I'm a lover of music.
Okay.
I listen to music a lot. I love music, but
Mm.
from my own background, we are not actually allowed to come out and do a lot of things,
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
a Muslim, and a lot of things are being, limited.
Okay.
So I came up with the idea of, okay, I love this and I really want to speak to my people. How do I go about it?
Mm.
The best answer that came to me that I could get was through music. You can
Wow.
actually talk to your people through
Mhm.
music.
Okay.
So I start cooking it
Mm.
little by little, bit by bit.
Okay.
Because I'm an easygoing personality,
Person.
so I don't do things in a rush. I take my time to do
Mm.
whatever I am doing.
Okay. So now I'm looking at the creativity. Okay, when you decided this is what you want to do, I decided to put it to work. So how has it been? The acceptance, let me put it that way.
At first, it wasn't easy anyway. Most especially from my parents. They don't want it. Anytime they hear the name of Queen Enzi, they will be like, I need. Miss Worry Mariam. Permit me to speak my dialect.
No, it's okay.
Miss Worry Mariam. So where is Queen Enzi coming from?
Oh, what's the meaning?
It's actually the name I named you is Mariam. So where is Queen Enzi coming from? And I always make them understand that okay, Queen Enzi is my stage name. This is the name I'm known. For the industry, this is the name I've been called, Queen Enzi. And that Enzi actually comes from the Eneheze. So there's no big deal there. But my father, he doesn't want to understand that. He doesn't just want to see me on the screen, but then, it's my calling. He can't do otherwise than to just bless me.
Wow, wow, that's a good one. They've allowed you to, to do what you love doing.
Mm.
Okay, who are your role models in the industry, in the music industry? Who are
Okay.
your role models? Who are your influencers?
First of all, I would say Yemi Alade.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and
I can see you
Omaomi.
dress like her. That's Yemi Alade
I
is,
love the way she interprets her
yes. I love
culture
Yemi
and
Alade too.
yes.
Yes.
So she inspires me a lot.
Mm.
Inspires
She's
me
she's
a
a
lot.
lover of our culture.
Yeah.
Anywhere she goes, in her dressing, in everything. All right, I know in every endeavor, in every industry, we have challenges.
Of
So
course.
the music industry, the film industry is not an exception. So what would you say, from your own opinion, the challenges
Hmm.
that you encounter?
A lot of challenges, but then let me just say from the publicity aspect, you know, it takes quality things for people to look at your site, for people to look at what you do.
Mm.
You need to be creative. You need to look outside the box,
Mm.
think, beyond
Mhm.
imagination, and before you can come up with what people will appreciate.
Okay.
I think if you ask me of my challenges, number one of it is that publicity, getting to know what you do, for people to appreciate what you do. It has not been
Easy
it has not been an easy thing at all. We've been pushing, just to make the world notice what we do,
Okay.
to recognize and appreciate what we do. So I'm putting more effort to my creativity.
Okay.
Yes, and again, of course, sponsorship. I've been
Okay.
singing with sponsorship. We are really lacking behind in terms of sponsorship. I'm talking about um, an entertainer from Kogi State. So
Okay.
I'm speaking on behalf of my other colleagues.
Colleagues.
If there's
Okay.
anything we are lacking that is making us lag behind, is that sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it takes us all it takes
Mm.
to push on your own. Individually, we are doing it.
Okay.
Yes. So by the time, I'm very sure if we can get just little support from the government, from
Okay.
the state, yeah, we'll
Okay.
do more, we'll do better.
Okay.
These are some of the challenges.
Okay. I'm also looking at the industry. How would you rate our industry now? Because I noticed that from your own, from the
Yeah.
way you were talking, or from your music that I've seen,
Mm.
it's original. There's originality in it. You're not copying anyone.
No.
And I found out that I don't know whether it's just my own opinion, that when you are not copying, when you try to be original,
Mm.
it's a kind of I don't want to be difficult,
You
or
have said it all. You just nail it. It's
So
kind of difficult when you
yeah.
want to be original. You just want to be your own thing in your own
Mm.
unique way. People find it difficult to blend with it, but
Okay.
then I'm very sure consistency counts most. As time goes on, they'll begin to like it. They will get to know that, okay, this is original. This is something that is coming from this person. She's not
Okay.
copying
Anybody,
anybody.
yeah.
Yes, of course. So they will begin to look at it from your own angle. So I believe in originality. I just believe in going slowly and steady.
And getting to where
Yes,
you want
because
to
that
get to.
person you want to copy, actually, it takes them, it takes a lot of time and energy for them to cook whatever they might have put together. So why do you think you want to
It
just
didn't
take
just start
shortcuts
the way,
to get
yeah.
it? No, the best thing is for you to start cooking your own.
Mm.
Get it right. Even if you fail, keep trying. The more you try, the more you get it right.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now I know a lot of musicians will say, okay, we're in Abuja, but when there is any show, promoters go to Lagos
Lagos
to
to
get. So, like one asked, what is happening to us in Abuja? Why are they not using the artist in Abuja? Because charity, they say, begins at home.
at home.
So for you, do you think same?
Yes, if you ask me, yes. Yes. And I'll say yes again because this is exactly what is happening even back them at home, as in back then at home, where I come from, Kogi Central, precisely. Most of the artists will complain, instead of using the artists within, they are going as far as going to Lagos to bring artists down, and the money, everything, their logistic and all of
Yeah,
that
and
is
it's
actually
more
on a very high
expensive.
side,
Yeah.
but the ones they have around there, they don't even know their value. And I keep telling people, stop going for what is not meant for you. Don't fight for what is not meant for you. Whatever that is meant for you will surely get to you. It will come to you. Just be yourself.
Okay.
I don't care if people are not looking at what I am doing, if they are not coming for me, instead they are going for others. They are actually telling me to work harder and get to that stage where those
And the
ones
time
are.
will come, they will come for you.
Definitely.
They will.
So I will keep pushing. I don't care if you call somebody and you don't call me. That is your personal opinion.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so let's look at your plan. What are your plans? Your music in the career. What are your plans for the future?
Sometimes it seems as if I don't have plans, but I actually have plans. Because I look at what happened this year, a lot happened without planning for them. I never really planned for this year because I had health challenge, and I thought that will be all for the year, actually.
Wow.
But God see me through.
Yeah, and He will continue to see you through.
Amen. Thank you, ma.
Wow.
At the end of the day, just within a short period of time, I cooked a story which was shot into a movie, and another movie. And yes, just before the premiering of the movie, I only sent out the teaser. And before you know it, it was nominated for Best Producer of the Year.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma. Which I got. I went to receive in Kano State under Northern Filmmakers Association of Nigeria.
Wow.
And fan. Yeah, so the plan began again.
All hope that was lost.
Yes. Just from that day, the moment I was called for the award, I said, wow, really? Okay. Let me start something.
I like that.
I started writing my songs, and at the same time writing my story at the moment. So 2025, by the special grace of God, I am ready.
Oh, I love that.
I am ready.
I love that. So indirectly saying against all odds.
Yeah.
When it looks as if the chips were down, the award came.
Exactly.
Wow.
AJ will tell you the show must go on.
The show must, and honestly, the show must go on. I'm sure someone is watching right now. The person is like, this is just the end. No going, nothing is working. What would you say to that person watching now?
It can never be the end.
Beautiful.
What does not exist? What God cannot do
does
not exist.
Yeah.
Sorry. So just keep the hope going.
Wow.
Be encouraged.
Wow.
Be courageous. Just say to yourself, I can do it. If that person can do it, you can as well do it. So don't give up. Give up shouldn't be in your dictionary.
Yeah. That's a beautiful one. You've heard it from her, the queen herself. She has just told you that nothing should ever make you give up. It doesn't matter. She's saying to you, against all odds. When you think it's the end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what she's saying to you. So please pick your pieces and say to that challenge, this is just the beginning, and you must shine. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, you are leaving us with one musical video. And what's the title? Is it Sama?
Okay, Samari.
Yes.
I sang that song in Hausa. Okay. Samari means like youth, male, boys. Actually.
Okay.
I'm calling on boys to come out and dust their shoes to dance to
your music.
My music.
Oh, to dance to all the ladies' music, because you're not speaking on behalf of all the ladies.
Yeah. Samari,
beautiful. All right, let's see Samari as we say thank you so much to Queen Enzi for gracing our studio this morning. So please enjoy Samari. We'll be right back.